Hi, this is Frank Romano for WhatTheyThink.com. I'm at the Seabold reunion in Skytop, Pennsylvania, and with David Spencer of Spencer Labs. David is very famous, by the way, from the old image setting world, but especially in the world of color, where his company does a lot of testing and research and analysis into color. And he has introduced something, or is going to introduce something very interesting. David, what is that?
Morning, Frank. We've been doing some testing on productivity of digital presses. Initially doing the work for the manufacturers, and in doing so we tested half a dozen different digital presses and came up with a methodology on how to do it. Thinking about it, we said, this just might be of value to the guy that's running the press, because what we were doing was finding out what's sellable output, not just what's being printed. So if it's running a maintenance cycle and it's just being repaired and the press is on, it might register as uptime, but that's not really something that you can sell. If it's running something that's got a streak down the middle of the page, you can't use that either. So we said, let's just find out what really is sellable output. After figuring out a methodology to do that, which obviously involves the operator because you've got judgment going on as to whether this is sellable or not, we then said we have to come up with some kind of a system to do it. So we went back to the drawing board on it and came up with something which is a cloud-based system, and we came up with a front panel which is nothing more than an iPad screen. So I actually have it on my cell phone, and on the cell phone.
So here's an app that runs on an iPad. You're running it on an iPhone right now, but it now connects to different digital color printing devices by various manufacturers: Xerox, Canon, Konica Minolta, Ricoh, etc.
Right.
Oh, Zycon. And from this, I can keep track of repairs, quality, and other aspects of operation. And I can do that from wherever I can connect to the internet.
That's right. And then once you have the data, which is going up to the cloud, and actually there's a little bit of the data that's right coming back down here, so you can see what the first part of the data is.
I don't know how well you can see that on screen, by the way.
So it's really coming down as to what just went in, and there's an edit capability on it in case a mistake is made, but of course that never happens. Nobody makes mistakes. And then the other thing is that on a completely separate thing with Manager Portal and tie-in, let me just change the screen on this and see if I can connect into results of a test that we did on a real press. And we'll see if we can in fact connect into the, there we go. So this is then an output screen, one of a few of the different screens, and this is something that the manager gets by his own private sign-in, so other people can't see what's happening to his machine. On the bottom we have time-based what's going on week by week, month by month if you want, day by day or shift by shift, and on top an average. So you can see here the green part is what's my overall performance. And then you can also see interesting things like this particular machine is running over this time period, 11% of the time was spent in consumable changes, which is, in my opinion, a little bit high. So that's taking away from productivity. What this means is that the manager of the press can go and see what's taking time that perhaps shouldn't be, make adjustments, and then through this continuous activity of measuring it, having analysis of any time period, and then correction activity, and then see what happens. That's great. We think that that's a real opportunity for continuous improvement.
This is fascinating. So what's the name of the app?
iDPA, SpencerMetrics, because it's measuring things. SpencerMetrics iDPA for improved digital press availability. Availability being the sellable output divided by the total time you've got available.
And where do I find more information?
Contact SpencerLab.com or email us at info@spencer.com.
Great. David, thank you very much. This is really interesting. Take care.
Take care.